We're in.
I feel like we've got so many.
We're super plugged in right now.
You look really like. Do you want me to?
I feel like I'm in the Matrix.
Is that?
No, that's good. It's okay. Can you... Hello, everybody. I'm here today with Kate Arnell.
Hello.
She runs a channel called EcoBoost,
Yes.
which is amazing. You guys should go and check it out.
It's a beautiful sunny day.
So nice.
We've been meaning to do a little collab for a while, and we thought let's go sit on this beautiful terrace and sunbathe. You guys asked me to be part of the Live Lagon project with IKEA, which we now know is pronounced IKEA.
IKEA.
Big changes there. Still getting my head around that one. And it was to encourage people like myself, as well as some IKEA staff and customers, to try and live more sustainably, just through simple actions, sort of everyday things that you could change really easily, sort of adopting good habits. I did get a worm bin because of these guys, and it's changed my life so dramatically. I love each and every worm.
Do you name them?
I started out and then I was like,
to all of them.
yeah, exactly. Now they're just known as the collective The Worms, with a Z on the end. I've got a few of my favourites here, and I thought I'd share them with you.
Let's have a look. There's some top tips.
Where should we start? So this is my reusable, I mean it's water bottle, but you could put whatever drink inside you want. Nobody will know. So yeah, this is by a brand called Clean Canteen, but there are other ones available. Like there's one in the UK called Glog, and they do a very similar bottle. And it's just become one of those things that when I leave the house now, it's like phone, wallet, keys, water bottle. It's
on your checklist.
It is, yeah, it runs through my mind. And the amount of plastic water bottles I see rattling along a curbside on any walk around London, I mean, it's insane the amount that I come across.
It's crazy.
And no, I haven't noticed a metally taste.
There we go.
Personally. My next item, the
The
old reusable coffee cup.
lovely.
Have you guys shouted about these before, I think? Haven't
Yes.
you? Yeah.
So we're running the Square Mile Challenge project, which you guys probably know about, and we've been trying to encourage people to bring their reusable cups in, hopefully get some money off in some coffee cups.
Yeah.
Coffee cups. Hopefully get some money off in some coffee shops.
Yes, exactly. So this is my little keep cup. And again, it just kind of goes everywhere with me. I feel like a bit weird if I leave the house without it. I like that it's glass, it's got a sustainable cork band.
Have you got any free coffees while you've been using
So,
it?
yeah, so many, it's crazy. I don't know if it's because it's the smaller size one and people almost feel bad charging me for like...
Just, oh, you just have it,
Yeah.
just take it.
But I'm sure somewhere I read that like certain coffee chains, if they think that you're doing good or whatever, they're allowed to kind of give away a free coffee here and there. But I've definitely had, I mean, it's probably paid for itself in free coffees, to be honest. This isn't a guarantee if you get one of these, by the way, but I really enjoy it. And again, it's just become a habit, like I leave the house with it. I should say I don't walk around like with a bag full
like
of
10
tat.
bags of things.
Yeah, I'm not a mule. But again, that's another change that I made, was just trying to think ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
We've become such a last minute, on the go kind of culture.
This is everything I need immediately.
Yeah, and we don't really think too far ahead. Whereas I think just thinking a few hours ahead, like I'm going to leave the house today, will I want a coffee? Maybe. So I'll bring my coffee cup.
One we've all been waiting for.
This is my beer growler. So just because I live a sustainable lifestyle as much as possible, doesn't mean that I can't enjoy things like
Still
beer.
have fun.
Yeah, and I've actually only just gotten into beer as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's quite a new thing for me. But I found a place, it's called We Brought Beer, but there are various other ones in London where I can go and refill my growler. And it can be a bit of a challenge trying to get through this much beer in a matter of days. So I've started making things like beer bread, or apparently it makes a really good like conditioner as well for your hair.
Cool.
Yeah, so who knew beer was
And
so
you just take that
multi-purpose?
along to the shop,
Yeah.
refill it, take it home.
Yeah.
Good to go.
They have a special like growler machine, and it's really interesting to watch actually.
And what would be your kind of top tip for somebody who's looking to maybe make a few lifestyle changes? Have you got anything that really helped you when you
A couple of things. I would say find what engages you the most. So if you're somebody who's really into fashion, then look at how you can maybe try shopping secondhand, or find some pieces from a sustainable company that uses really good fabrics. Sort of find your in, or if you're someone who is driven by money saving, then switching to things like reusables can be a little bit of an investment at first, but the amount of money that you'll save sort of down the line. And then the other thing I would highly recommend is if you can remember the 5 R's in order.
I'm excited.
Write this down. Refuse. So you refuse what you don't need. So you're refusing things like single-use plastic straws, people trying to give you flyers in the street, freebies, anything that's not really necessary, you don't really need. I think there's often a temptation to take it just because it is free, but then it becomes a bit of a burden down the line. You get home, you're like, what are you going to do with that cheap little plastic toy? It's going to give it to someone, and it becomes a burden for them. So basically, refuse what you don't need, and then reduce is the second R. So reduce what you do need. Do we need 5 blue tops in our wardrobe, for example? If you've got like one that's your favorite, you could free up the other 4 and let somebody else enjoy them, sort of put them back into the second-hand stream. And then the third R is reuse, which is probably my favorite one. It's kind of the one I've been banging on about the most part of this video. So reusing items that you already own, but also investing in reusables as well. So things like a water bottle, coffee cup, cloths, etc. And I think that has a huge impact. And then recycle is the 4th one. So I think people often want to try and recycle more and put it at the top. Guys, it's time to recycle less. Just saying. Whoa. So the less you kind of bring home with you, the less plastic packaging that's only going to get used once, or plastic trays, etc. It's great if they are recyclable, but at the same time it's better if you don't bring them home in the first place, because then you're not creating a demand for them. And then the final one, which is again probably another favourite, is rot.
Oh.
Yeah. If you live somewhere where you have a compost collection, that's amazing. It's kind of already done for you. If not, and you live somewhere like where I do, you don't have that service available, then I mean, I got a worm bin, and it's changed my life in so many beautiful ways. Some pearls of wisdom.
Yeah.
Be kind to yourself.
Nice.
I think everybody tries to be a bit of a perfectionist with things, and I think especially with things like social media, it's like everyone's looking for the one thing you've done wrong as opposed to the 10 things that you've done right. So I think it's good to remember to be sort of encouraging to yourself. Give yourself some kind words, you know.
Some love.
We'll start every day with a hug.
Aw.
That's all right. Would you like a hug?
Yeah, let's have a cuddle.
Aw.
Well, welcome to Kate's channel, IKEA Boost.
come
It's
over.
amazing.
It's not scary.
It's not.
I promise.
And subscribe to her channel.
Thanks.
And thank you for coming.
Bye.